I have a place that I sit with my animals around me and a big TV in front like you have here. Books that I love.
Oh, okay.
And I read a lot.
You do?
Yeah, mostly fiction. Charles M. Russell would be a good example of a writer, or John Grisham, or somebody like that, David Baldacci. And I watch TV. I think that there's a thing about TV that people say, well, he watches too much TV. There is no too much. TV is remarkable. It's an eye into even the behavior of an actor and as an actor on a soap opera or something. Mm-hmm. Why? Why that choice? Who's directing that?
I know I said that in my earlier before we even started to roll, and when I met you last time, but this really is a huge treat for me for you to be on this podcast, because you really have been like my favorite person since I've been like 10.
Thank you.
No, seriously. And I want to know, number one, have you ever done a podcast before?
Done one.
You've
I went with one. What do you mean?
Have you done a lot of podcasts?
I don't know.
By the way, you know where it's
Pat,
starting.
have I done a podcast?
David Spade and Dana Carvey, we did.
Yes.
A lot of podcasts.
But that was not on video.
No.
Oh, okay. So you've done David's. Okay, that's a
Yeah, I
good
did
one.
those guys.
All right. And the other ones, or just it's the second one for you today?
I'm going to do David alone. No.
No.
he didn't say a damn thing in the whole.
He was very nervous.
Yeah.
David Spade was?
Dana
I think
Carvey,
so.
Carvey.
Dana and I were very funny together.
And David Spade just sat there?
He'd say something once in a while, but Dana's, overwhelmingly funny to David, I think.
He's very funny, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he was obviously a huge fan of. I'm sure David Spade was just starstruck by you because.
I don't know.
Well, do people stop you all the time?
I was very funny.
Well, you're always very funny.
And he did Bill Maher the day before.
Oh, you did Bill Maher too.
Yeah, I did Bill Maher.
So I'm honored. So this is technically the second podcast you've ever done.
Yeah.
This is I'm excited to hear this. What are you saying, Patrick? What do you mean no?
We've done more than 2 podcasts.
It's
Okay.
the third.
Okay. Well, Bill Maher is actually. Does he have a podcast, Bill Maher? Oh, it's a Bill Maher podcast that you did.
Bill Maher passed away.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Maher passed away?
Yeah.
When? Last 10 minutes?
No, it was last night.
No, he did? Oh, no. Okay. I'm like, I don't even know if I should laugh or joke or haha, or are you guys friends? Are you?
No, I don't like him.
I don't like him.
Yes, we're friends. He did not pass away.
I know.
I just want to see how you are today.
Yeah. How I am today? I'm excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay. So I don't even know where, I have a bunch of questions and I don't even know really if I should even like look at the questions, because with someone like you, there's so many questions, so many things I want to talk to you about or ask you about. So I guess at the beginning of all of this, the origin of like, were you always funny? Even as a kid, were you funny?
Yes.
Okay, that was
I have no judgment on that. As a kid, I liked to laugh. My father was extremely funny. And, but also he was a highly respected editor and publisher. But he was the funniest guy I ever knew. And so I get it from him, I think.
Oh, so you were kind of always known to be someone that was funny, and
I don't know about that. Certainly, when I started becoming famous, I was known to be funny.
What was your first break?
That and also very musical.
Really?
Yeah.
You can sing?
Can I sing?
Can you play piano?
Yes, I do. I play jazz piano.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Since when? Since you were like a little.
Since I was in my 20s.
In your 20s?
Yes.
Oh, you learned piano when you were in your 20s?
I didn't learn. I taught myself over the many, many years. But I played a lot, and I'm considered pretty good.
Wow. What other instruments do you play?
I play the bad boy.
The bad boy? Is that like a drum, or is that
No, I don't want to discuss it. I don't know. I just made it up.
Oh, you made it up. Okay.
I do play the guitar and the piccolo.
And the piccolo?
No, I lied about the piccolo.
Okay, so mostly just... This is going to be a really difficult podcast.
I thought we started already.
Yeah, we did.
We did. It is.
It is going to be a difficult. You're going to really put me at task here. It's going to be. I'm going to earn every dollar.
I'll be nicer.
No. I want you to. No, I want you to be you. I want you to be who you really
not
are.
Nice, like a not nice person.
I want you to be. I want Chevy Chase to be Chevy Chase. I want you to be.
Right,
I want you to be authentically who you are.
All right. I am.
Good. So then, because Patrick behind you is saying that you're also a really good drum player. Is that true?
I was a drummer with Steely Dan when we started in college and came out of there. And that was rock drumming, but I'm a good jazz drummer. So,
You're very talented.
thank you.
No, you're very welcome. What was your first big break or the first big gig that you got within comedy?
I started with Ken Shapiro in college. We made, over a period of 4 or 5 years, we made television you couldn't see at home, basically. You went to a theater on East 4th Street. There were 3 monitors, and we would give them an hour and a half show. We changed everything. It was called the Groove Tube. Ken had money and put that into the theater and the thing and that became quite well known in New York City. I was really a comedy writer, and that's what I wanted to be, as opposed to a drummer in a rock band.
Right.
And I wrote for...
Saturday Night Live or?
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I was the head writer when we started that. But before that, I'd been writing for the Smothers Brothers. Do you remember
Yeah,
them?
of course. You
Yeah.
wrote for them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're writing all their jokes.
They
And
actually put me in one of their shows.
you wrote for the Smothers Brothers, and then they put you. What year are we talking?
Like 73 or 4, somewhere in there. I was with some others.
How long were you with them for?
I don't remember. A couple of years.
Is that how you got seen for the Saturday Night Live gig, or how did the Saturday Night Live gig even become?
Lauren called, and I was about to do another show on stage where I would actually perform. And that was with a guy named Paul Lynde, a very gay, not particularly funny person, but I wanted to see if I could act. So I turned him down. He said, I'm putting this show together. And I said no, because he said, I want you to be the head writer, but no acting. I don't want you to act. And I was thinking, I'm good at that. After one day of rehearsal with Paul Lynde, I called Lauren back and said, is that offer still good? And he said, absolutely. And so I flew to New York. We started in 1975, I believe, October 11th. That was our first show. So this was somewhere around 1974.
So
Isn't that
1970.
exciting?
It was, yeah. Well, actually, I actually am excited. So Lauren Michaels called you. How did he know that you even existed? Did he see you on the Groove Tube? Did he see you with the Smothers Brothers?
That's funny you bring that up. Don't you like when people say it's funny? You should ask.
Yeah.
We met in line at a midnight showing in L.A. here of the Holy Grail.
Oh, okay.
Monty Python.
Oh,
Yeah, Monty
okay.
Python's Holy Grail.
Yeah.
And just in front of Lauren, and he saw me that and started to laugh and stuff. And I don't know that we talked to them, but he knew who I was. And, it's one of the reasons he called.
So he saw some of your stuff before, like he was.
Yeah.
Were you kind of like
Or
the
heard about it, yeah. Yeah.
Were you kind of like already? People were kind of getting to know your stuff, like it was kind of in the ether already.
No, I don't think.
Because back then it's different. They don't have social media back then. They don't have all these
Yeah,
things.
right. For the most part, I was a writer on things. I didn't. In Groove Tube, I was on film or on video.
On video.
So I could be seen, but I don't know. It just sort of evolved.
So from Saturday Night Live, though, that was like your breakout moment where people really got to see you in a big way, right?
I can't discuss that. I'm sorry.
Can you try to discuss it for a few minutes?
All right.
Okay, thank you. Did you get how was it working with, was it like Gilda Radner at the time? Like who else was on the cast at that time? It was Jim Belushi?
Jim Belushi.
Not Jim Belushi, sorry. John Belushi. John Belushi.
John, Danny Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd,
me,
I love him too.
Garrett Morris, Lorraine Newman, Gilda Radner, and Jane Curtin.
That's Jane Curtin. That was the one I was forgetting.
Yeah, what a great cast that was. I mean, we all thought each of us were very funny.
Really, really funny. Still,
But somehow the press and whatnot concentrated on me, partly because I opened the show with Live from New York to Saturday.
yeah.
And because I had come up with Weekend Update and did that.
Which is, by the way, still there. It's still like a
Yeah,
huge
I know,
part of the
I
show.
know.
And you actually came up with that? Like that was
Yeah.
your original. That was you who originally came
Yes.
up with that. Wow. So how did that come to be? Like, how did you even think of that?
Lauren got us all together in a room around a table, basically this cast and some others who wanted to be in it. and had us do something or talk or do something funny. And they got to me, and I made up a news story on the spot. And Lauren saw that, and we started to talk about it. It'd be a good idea to have a weekend update. He came up with the weekend update concept, I think.
And it was a smash hit, obviously, because it's still doing it today.
Yeah.
Like to this
well,
day.
it's the right place in the show at midnight. The show starts at 11:30. Midnight's, here's the news of the week.
Yeah.
The news that I wrote was just hideous most of the time.
Did you write all your own material?
No, sometimes that we had, like Al Franken
Yeah.
and Tom Davis were writers on the show at that time. They wrote stuff for me, Alan Zweibel. There were various writers who contributed. Michael O'Donoghue was huge, very funny, and me. And so it started off with just me writing, and then others chipped in because it was becoming
So popular.
Big popular part of the show.
So were you writing for Gilda Radner then at the time,
Yes.
and everybody, Dan Aykroyd?
I wrote for everybody. I wrote the bees, the killer bees, all the bee stuff, because we had bee costumes.
Yeah.
I think you might as well write for it. And God knows where we got the bee costumes. I don't even remember, but there was a big thing at that time about the killer bees. I can't remember what country or where it was, or if it was in America, but they were real. It was a real thing. So I would write these sketches of the killer bees knocking on my door, John and that killer bee costume, a few of the others.
Yeah.
We want your pollen. What? We want your pollen. I'm sorry, but I have no use for pollen. There would be no pollen in my house. We want it. This kind of thing, just idiotic stuff like that. I also wrote. Okay, it's right on my tip of my tongue.
That's a start.
Interior demolitionist. So it was like, who is it? Interior demolitionist. That's what I called it.
Yeah.
Let me in. We still nobody knows what that is. And it's Jane Curtin, whose apartment is, she goes upstairs. Danny and I, just start breaking furniture, jumping through a glass table, taking paintings, and just demolishing.
Yeah, demolishing it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then once we've done all that, she comes down the stairs and says, "Oh my God, what is it, ma'am? You forgot that picture." So we break that picture, and it's the end of the sketch.
These are all like at the time. I know you probably didn't realize that the kind of impact it would have, right? Did you like?
I knew it was good. I knew that nobody else would come up with something like that.
Right.
It's idiotic, but it had a lot of action. The stuff that I wrote was pretty much physical comedy.
Yeah, it was physical comedy.
Yeah.
But I feel like to this day, though, like it has, like it's an icon. It's so iconic, and your style is so unique compared to. I've never like. You still have a very unique style that no one's ever kind of even come close to even emulating well.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say.
No, but it's the truth. Like everything from like, Darren and I always do like these little things from
Who's
your
Darren?
movie. Darren, the guy sitting behind you.
Oh, what is he
Darren,
doing?
your agent.
Oh.
We always do like the the Grand Canyon, from Vacation.
Oh, yeah. That was me.
I can say
I love
every
that
line.
because we were there. I mean, we had moved the whole crew and everything there, and with a shot of Grand Canyon. And I'm doing something in the hotel with some guy, which I wrote about, not paying enough or whatever.
Right.
And then I run out, and they're looking at the Grand Canyon.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I go like this. Okay, let's go.
It's the best line.
That says. It's great. I love it. I don't always think of it. Bye. Let's go. Just that kind of
all of it, like
physical stuff.
The physical, like even when you get to Wally World, you're like, like there's no cars there. Just the way everything is, even like we're the first ones here. We'll be the last. What was the line? Like first ones here.
Dad, why are you parking so far away? First one's here. First one's out, or something like that.
What was the line?
So we had to run.
You ran with the Chariots of Fire. That's what you ran to the song Chariots of Fire.
Me and my son. Yeah.
Rusty, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, that was like my that movie to me, all I do when I look at you, I just think of the movie. That whole thing, like Christy Brinkley, eating the sandwich, all of it.
Yeah.
Do you still talk to all those people?
Sure.
Really?
Sure, yeah.
Are you friends with them all still?
Yeah.
And then how about the people from like Dan
Except
Aykroyd?
Beverly, really.
Beverly, you don't speak to her?
Not much, no.
Oh, really? Because you guys had.
Well, she passed away. Look at her face.
Okay, I don't know. Okay,
That's two, Villamar and Beverly.
Who else?
One.
Has anyone else passed away that I should know about that I'm not going to be?
Dr. Shabunko.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, no. I talked to them.
You talked to.
Sure.
How about Dan Aykroyd? Do you talk to him still?
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
Danny and I
Canadian.
just did a picture up in Canada.
Oh, you did. I'm Canadian. When is it coming out?
I can't tell you that.
Oh,
You're
okay.
Canadian.
I am Canadian. Yes.
I don't know. It's called Zombie Town. Only Danny would come up with a title like that.
Zombie Town.
Zombie Town.
God, I can't even believe you're still like you're like working. Like you're still working and doing. Like it's been how many years have you been doing this for?
Oh Christ, 8?
8?
Only 8.
I feel like it's been like 60 years.
No,
You've been like
it's probably 50
65 years. 65
Sure.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're still actively doing movies. I know you do a lot of speaking, you do a lot of like,
Yeah.
touring and all this stuff, but you're still doing all these other things. Wow, don't you get tired?
No.
No, like are you able to can you still write comedy? Are you still even like dabbling in that?
Of course.
Are you?
Sure. It's easy.
Cuz
That's what I do.
I know, and for a very long time. I'm curious cuz I read something that
But I have to say,
Yeah.
I haven't watched a lot of SNL.
You haven't?
No.
You mean since when? Since
I left. I mean, here
Oh.
and there, but not a lot.
Okay.
And so more recently, the two guys who do Weekend Update.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
I don't watch it regularly
So,
anymore.
Okay. So,
Who are the two guys
but
who do
the
it?
thing is,
Colin.
Colin, yeah.
Colin Jost
Yep.
and Michael.
Yeah, Michael Shea.
Anyway, I see them. See, look, they're great. I love it. That's sort of what it should be. But it really, in my own mind, and this is so self-serving, but I always felt I did it better. And so I watch it and hope for something better to come up. A little more dirty, a little more
Raw.
raw and maybe even physical, something. And they do what they do. It's fine. It's just that I want more. God, I don't mean to be in any way critical of these two or the writers. It's a different time.
Different time for sure. But
yeah.
but they do say though, it's funny that you're not the only one who thinks this way, right? Because Saturday Night Live has been known that it's kind of lost a lot of its mojo, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it's not it wasn't how it was when it first came out, right? Like it's not the same.
Yeah, but you know what? You can say that about
Anything.
everything. So
You could say that about anything, but
Yeah.
you weren't even on Saturday Night Live for very long, right? You were
1 year.
For 1 year.
Yeah.
So where did you go right after? What was the?
I went back to the Smothers. No, I didn't.
No, you did not. Because now, did you leave because
And by
you were-
then they were really old. No,
Yeah. Aren't they? Yeah, exactly. But you were like such a breakout star. What was your like? Did you leave because you had such attention on
No.
you?
I left, quite frankly, because of a girl that lived in L.A. and wouldn't move to New York, and who I was infatuated with. And
Would we know who she is or no?
her name was Jacqueline Carlin.
Oh, okay.
But I was infatuated with her and lived with her for about a year. She didn't want to move. I had pictures of her that was, look how beautiful she is. And, people like Lorne and, what's his name from the Lampoon?
From the Lampoon.
Doug?
Huh?
Doug?
Yeah, Doug Kenny, who became my best friend. He was great. He founded the Lampoon with Henry Beard, National Lampoon.
Yeah.
So they would say, you don't love her. What do you mean? Look at her. No, you don't love her. And still, we got married.
She ended up getting married to her. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got
So
married and it lasted about 8 months, something like that.
really?
She was violent. I mean, I say it now, but
At the time.
she was a slapper. She
No
slapped
way.
me in the face at the rehearsal dinner.
Of the wedding rehearsal?
My parents were there, my friends. Yeah.
Get out of here. So you moved. You quit Saturday Night Live to move to LA for a girl.
Yes, and it was the
lasted-
wrong decision. And I've always regretted it. I would love to have gone back and been a part of it, but she wouldn't move, and this and that.
Wow. So when you guys got a divorce, did you try to go back to Saturday Night Live, or what happened?
Well, I've hosted.
Yeah.
But Steve Martin's hosted something like 16 times.
Yeah. How many times?
I
have
did
you?
5. And I asked Lauren, can I please come and host it? It's my baby. I love it. No, Chevy, or he just never says yes. And I don't know why. I don't know what I did to Lorne Michaels. But I just have to live with it at this point. It's, to me, idiotic. I think you'd make a good rating if I came on it, because it's been a long time.
100%. When is the last time you asked him, though? When was the last time you asked him?
Oh, couldn't have been more than 6 months or something, or a year ago.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you did the 5 last time, it was like the 5 that you did, it was like a long, long time ago when you did it.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is. I really don't. And sorry, Lauren, but you're making a mistake.
Yeah, because you're so beloved by everybody.
Everybody loves me.
No. I beloved you. Do you get how often do you get stopped all the time by people saying like taglines from your movies all the time?
No, only Patrick.
Only Patrick? Is he the only one? Not me or anybody else? Because I think
No, I do. But I'm trying to think of the things they say. I don't know. It's our top story tonight, things of that nature.
What movie or people? What do you get recognized for the most of all the things that you've done?
Well, there are 5 movies. I made about 50 or more than that, and but there are really 5 of the top ones. There. This is medical. I never consulted the code.
What was that? I can't hear you at all.
Cut in the face. So, I know.
Can you
Like
repeat that?
Vacation,
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation, Caddyshack, seems like old times. What with Danny, Spies Like Us, Fletch. These are the top of my movies.
Yeah, that's each. By the way, and I was saying
They
this
were funny movies.
They're not funny. It's like an under. They by the way, they're a classic, and they're evergreen. They never go old. Like there's nothing. They're funny today, just how they were like 25 years ago. They don't get old. I mean, even Funny Farm, totally underrated.
Yeah, Funny Farm.
Funny Farm was great, but I mean, Vacation, all of them. The European. Look, kids, the Big Ben. Do you know like that?
Yeah.
That line.
But I made that up at the time. So much of what I did was improv.
That was what I wanted
I
to
can't
talk
get
to you about.
left, basically. We were in that car shooting, and there were so many other cars, I really couldn't. So I can't get left.
I can't get left. Oh my God, that line.
Look, kids, Big Ben Parliament. By the time we had seen it 4 times or whatever, I'm going, Big Ben Parliament.
That line.
Yeah.
So many of these things. Like, so you actually did improv a lot of the stuff that we see in all of them, or just Vacation, or all the movies?
All my movies were a lot of improv. Fletch was totally improv. Really.
I know. Can you talk about that? How did you improv the whole movie?
Well, I mean, we knew that you've got to have the
Premise.
plot and premise. But Michael Ritchie, who directed Fletch, I believe it was Michael, or maybe it wasn't. I thought it was. Anyway, he had directed me before, and he knew me. I'm trying to think of how it came about, but certainly, I think it was Universal wanted a picture from me, and I was hot at the time, just like you were.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm so flattered.
I'm not finished.
Oh, so go ahead. If you want to flatter me more, I'm more than willing to listen, actually.
No, just go ahead.
No, please, go ahead. You continue.
No.
No, you. You were saying
Yeah.
the improvisation. You said that is a premise, there's a plot, then how much of it then
Well,
is, how does it work? Give me like a rundown of what would happen.
When?
when you to improv these movies, like what would you do? What would be the like Larry David? They say on Curb Your Enthusiasm, most of it's improv as well,
Yeah.
and that they give them the plot and people who come on,
Yeah.
they don't have a script.
Yeah, right.
So does every
He's lying.
He's lying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought so. Is that true? 'Cause
I'm
I
not
can't
lying.
tell.
He is.
Really? So they don't have they do have a script?
Absolutely.
Oh, I didn't. I thought they all were given like an idea.
What do you mean? For what? For
For Curb Your Enthusiasm.
oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that. Probably he's right. Yeah.
Oh, it's probably right. Okay.
I bet he is a liar though.
Oh, you
I don't want Larry to hear
he
that.
could be. Are you friends with Larry David also?
No, I don't. I mean, we just know each other.
Know
that
each
well.
other.
But I think he's great.
Yeah, he's good. But you're funnier. So then, basically, how would it work? Like, how would a movie like that be improv? Like, what would happen? They would give you, who would write them? Who would give the plot? Like, how would it work?
I can't remember who wrote it. A couple of people.
But they'd only write the plot.
Here's what would happen
Yeah.
when I'd get a script. I'd rewrite the whole thing. I mean, I'd read
Really?
it and put in dialogue that I thought was better, et cetera, so that I felt a part of the production. And, that was perfectly acceptable to them, to people. I was considered a good writer, and I write funniest for myself. So, because I know what I can do and what I can't do. So there's an attitude with Fletch. It's sort of like, I don't give a shit kind of attitude, basically. Otherwise, why am I up on the fire escape,
Yeah.
with my lawyer? And then why am I hitting him in the head? Oh, he fouls him, All that stuff is just improvised at the time. I just put a basketball hoop in there, and I'll use it somehow, even though it's only 5 feet away.
Right.
Anyway, so the idea of physicality and improv, and in my opinion, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again, all humor is physical, ultimately. It's what you imagine it to be. If somebody's telling you a story, that's a physical, three-dimensional thing in your mind. And all humor is basically attitude and physicality. So I'm good at it. And I love it when my attitude is I don't give a shit. That's funny. Of course I do. I have incredible family and my wife. And really the best thing in my life is my home life. And it's been that way for years, many years. So it's not that hurtful to me that nobody's putting me on the air. I'm happy.
But it's also probably just time, and you're maybe older now.
I am older, yeah,
right.
Of course.
But
well thought of.
yeah. But what I guess my thing I was going to say to you is that you picked roles very well. I mean, Fletch was an amazing role. Caddyshack. I mean, these are all the characters in them.
Thank you.
Clark Griswold. Was there like a method behind the madness, or was it luck? Was it your agent? Was it you? Like, how did all those roles come to be? Did you create them?
Let's say Vacation was Harold Ramis.
Okay.
I think was the first director of that. And he directed me a couple of times. And Harold was very funny himself. Harold sounded like this. Action! And cut! He once did, he was not a director a long time. He actually did this once. And cut! I'm in action! It was hilarious.
It is
anyway, but Harold had a great eye for what's funny, and he was an actor. He was in Ghostbusters and films of that nature.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right, that's Harold Ramis. I'm sorry. So what was the question?
Oh, my question was your roles, like the characters, like the Clark Griswold, the Fletch, the Caddyshack, all those were perfect for you. Did you pick them? How did they come?
Sometimes
you picked
they
very
came
well.
to me. I may have had 10 scripts, and out of those 2 I liked or something.
Right.
That's the way it is. And
because it's a lot.
I realized what I can do with it. That kind of thing. Like this Clark Griswold character, I could tell right away what he had to be like. Naive and optimistic. And just a fool, basically.
Right.
Really, and so.
But did you change it a
That came
lot?
to me easily.
Did it so when they first presented Clark Griswold to you, did it look like how it looked there, or did you change the role to fit your personality to make it what it was?
We shot it once with a different ending.
What was the ending?
The ending was that what was his name? That owned the park.
Oh, you mean John Candy? Oh no, not
No.
John. Oh no.
No.
Oh, the guy who owned the park.
Eddie Bracken.
Yeah, the guy who played like Walt Disney guy.
Eddie Bracken,
Yeah.
Yeah. We had the ending that you've seen is different because we all went around and got on the rides. We didn't do that in the first one. The first ending was just us on his porch trying to perform.
Really?
Yeah. So it really wasn't the right ending. And I realized,
And they changed.
we gotta use those rides. I mean, we paid for what is that place?
A fortune for the amusement park. For Disneyland or whatever it was.
No, it wasn't.
Wally World or whatever.
Yeah, Wally World, but it was here in L.A.
Six Flags? Was it at Six Flags?
It might have been, yeah.
Did you do that at Six Flags? Wow.
Yeah.
So, have there been any roles that you?
By the way,
yeah.
I have a great story.
Okay.
That Eddie Bracken was famous in the 30s and 40s. He was very funny, great actor, and perfect for that role. And I said, Eddie, we've shot us on a roller coaster for the ending, or for part of the ending. And we want to do it with you and me, and I just don't want you to be nervous or frightened or anything. It's perfectly nice and fun. Oh, no, I'm sure. We get on the fucking, pardon my expression,
That's
but
okay.
we get on the roller coaster, and in the shot, you can see it as we're coming down. It's a wide shot of me and Eddie in the front seat. And if you could read his lips, it would work. He says, this is what he says after we get to the top, and then we start down, and he goes, oh, and you can see, it's just, he's so frightened, and I got my arm around. Wonderful.
That's
Anyway.
funny. But we didn't see that. Well, you couldn't see that anyway.
No, it's a wide shot.
Yeah, it's a wide shot. Is there any other stories like that you remember that you can share with us? Like things that we would not, like behind the scenes stuff that we wouldn't know? Not about Eddie, about anything like that funny, like
pool
things.
in the pond was obvious.
The pool in the pond.
Oh, me and Billy
Christy
Murray.
Brinkley. Oh, Caddyshack you're talking about.
Caddyshack.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was sort of an improv. The first time we shot it, Billy had centerfolds of Hustler magazine all over the wall. Of women, just the worst stuff. It was great for the character, but nobody at home would see that in the movie. I mean, it would be just hideous. So Harold made him just one, please. He just stacked them all up, Billy, and put it on the wall with nails through it. And I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't particularly revealing.
Yeah.
But so that was a great character choice. So he said, "You have a pool, don't you? Remember that?"
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we have a pool. I have a pool and a pond. Pond will be good for you. And that's where he starts. That's where he cracks. And you can see him crack.
Yeah.
I love it.
You can see that, like, so
Yeah, we tried to make each other crack, but I never did.
You never cracked ever?
No. I don't know why. It's just that I was so used to really funny stuff for a long time. Ken Shapiro and all, and cracking was a no-no.
Oh my God. Was there one, who was your favorite character? Of all the characters you played, what was your favorite?
Oh, I don't know. That's tough. I mean, I loved the Clark Griswold character. Fletch was easy for me. I loved that because that was just sort of me. Really.
Yeah.
And in between those, I think the Christmas Vacation film was very good. It's the same character though.
Yeah, it's Clark. It's Clark.
It's Clark.
Yeah.
It's Clark Griswold. And
that's my favorite.
Funny Farm. What was my name in that? Andy Farmer.
Andy Farmer.
And Funny Farmer.
Very
That
funny.
was directed by George Roy Hill, who had directed The Sting, the another one with Paul Newman and what's his name, Robert Redford, Sting, and there was another one. Anyway, he was a great director and a great man. He's long since passed, but and this time I mean it.
Yeah, I know. This time I can tell you mean it.
Yeah. But looks like Michael Ritchie. He sort of said that, Chevy, here's the script. This is we're going to go to buy the script. Do what you want to do, basically, so that we'd have things like. I insisted that the phone in this new house that we bought was just on the floor. Because then I have to get down to the floor and try to make calls. And it's funny.
It was
Yeah,
all
and
of
the
it's
snake.
funny.
We had a snake that scared, we just shot the snake, and then the next shot of him was he was going in the door, which was open because I was outside.
Did you improv that one too?
Improv.
Did you improv in Funny Farm as well?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of it.
oh really? Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, but the snake.
I know that
real.
was real. I know, but I'm saying like in general.
But the joke was, the greatness of George Roy Hill was, you see the tail of the snake go in, count to 3, the scream.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, you never had to be inside seeing that. All you knew was what took
was
place.
happening.
So it's in your head, this physicality of it.
It's amazing. So of all the characters, you would say Clark would be your. If you had to name one, though, you would say Clark Griswold.
I would.
Well, you said that of all the characters that
I said Fletch and Clark Griswold.
but Fletch was very much, you said, like your personality already.
Yeah, Caddyshack was too. The whole thing in Caddyshack of being
best.
visited by what's her name, Cindy Morgan, and I have in my room, in my apartment, surfboard. And then killer, the sword.
Yeah, I remember.
What do you call it?
To
kill fish.
Yeah. I know. What?
Spear gun.
A spear gun.
Spear
yes,
guns,
yes.
yeah. What's that for? Well, I doing a little spear fishing. Oh, really? Fish? And I say something like, and then I just came up with, what do you call it? Not sharks, but porpoises.
Porpoise?
Yes. So she says, really?
I never said
Sharks? I said, no, porpoise. It's just the worst thing you could ever say in a movie, and he gets away with it somehow. This character.
But also it's the wording. What is it about it though? Is it timing? Is it like the tonation of how you say something? What is that quality that makes it just so funny?
Listen, I'm not the guy to ask.
I know. I'm asking.
I just know in my head that it's funny.
It's funny.
It's timing. It's attitude.
Delivery.
It's understanding the ridiculousness of the line.
It's the quickness. It is what it is. It's the quickness of it.
Yes,
is what it is.
That's right. So when we shot that scene, let's say, it was like our second take or something. I did a lot of first take stuff.
That's amazing. I mean, are there any roles or any movies that you regret that you didn't take? That characters that you think back to? You're like, I should have done this. I
can't remember the first 15.
I know. Well,
I mean, I just.
You got offered Forrest Gump.
I was going to ask you about Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
And you turned down Forrest Gump.
They wrote it for me. Did you know that?
No, they wrote it for you.
Yeah.
And you turned it down?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I thought Tom Hanks would be perfect for that, by the way, and he did it. And it was great.
Before they even.
Yeah, I thought he'd be good. Because I'm trying to think, for this character, I'm a little too Christian, white, Anglo-Saxon. What is it? Wasp.
Yeah, waspy. Yeah.
I'm a little too waspy and too big, too tall. It should be somebody slighter that has to achieve all these things to make his life important. Not somebody like me who actually was an athlete and pretty good at
6'4"
things.
or whatever, how tall you are.
Yeah.
So did you actually did you recommend Tom Hanks, or did they just pick Tom Hanks even?
Oh no, I didn't.
You didn't recommend Tom Hanks.
No, I thought he was right.
But he'd be right. Yeah, he did. Because now you can't imagine anyone else doing that role, right? That's
No,
so crazy.
Tom.
Just Tom.
It was great.
There's no other roles that you were like, oh damn, I should have or did
Well,
they offer
I
you?
should have done it in retrospect, because
Animal House.
What did you just say?
Animal House wasn't offered to you?
Oh yeah, Animal House. I was offered that.
Yeah, Animal House. Yeah.
Instead, what's his name took the part I had.
Oh right,
What? Who was the actor?
It was.
John Belushi. No,
No.
no, wasn't it? No.
Oh God. He was also in
John Candy.
Tim Matheson.
Yeah, I will.
in Fletch too.
Tim Matheson.
Oh,
Tim Matheson.
Tim Matheson. Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's in Fletch.
So Tim played me in the part I was supposed to play in Animal House. I would have played it differently, obviously, but
Yeah,
I don't know why I didn't do it. Maybe I wasn't asked.
yeah.
No, you did a different role. You had a different role.
Is there another? Is there any role that you would have liked to do that you didn't?
Lawrence of Arabia, I think, really. But I was too young.
A little. How about John Candy? Do you remember John Candy? Like, do
No.
you? Were you guys?
Funny if I didn't.
Yeah, no.
No, who's that?
You know,
Of
he's
course
not really
I know.
funny. Were you guys really close friends?
Yeah, we were very good friends, yes. Close? Well, if it's John, you're close. So there you are. He was a big fat guy.
Yeah.
I loved him. He was so funny. I remember arriving at John's house up off Sunset Boulevard in Brentwood area. Going there, we were going to write something. I don't know what, but he had a little place like this up above his house. And you had to walk up to it, but I had to go through his house. And as I'm going through, it's like 1 PM. I can see the oven being opened by a cook, and there's 2 huge turkeys. It was just a testament to how well this guy could eat.
Wow.
I mean,
2 turkeys for
2.
him?
Well, I didn't see anybody else around, but
Wow.
no, I'm sure his wife and kids or whatever.
But they made
still.
2. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Not
just,
1.
To me, the first thing that comes to my mind is, some idiotic thing like that. Oh wait, so John, here's how funny John was.
Okay.
He had a migraine, really bad headache once, and one day, and everybody was saying, "John, here, try this. Try have cold clothes, all that stuff." After about 3 of those, somebody said, "Maybe if you eat it, John, but it's gone." And he was lying. It wasn't good. He just didn't want to hear any more suggestions. That's funny.
It is funny. Who else were you close friends with back then?
Well, Belushi, who was just a thief and a ne'er-do-well. But John and Belushi and I became friends. And who else? Danny.
Yeah.
I still love Danny. He's still the same, but he's up in Canada.
Yeah.
He
Where is he in
doesn't seem to
Canada?
care.
Where is he? In Toronto or Vancouver?
It was over, in that area, Vancouver.
Oh, Vancouver.
Yeah.
Do you have any other stories that you can remember that you could talk about, like with John Belushi or Dan Aykroyd that are,
Well, Belushi was a drug addict, as you know.
as I know, yeah.
But at that time, in the, what year was it? 70s. Coke was a huge drug. Everybody took cocaine. It was expensive, but we were actors who were making good money, and we all
Yeah.
took it. I had a little vial, which was very typical at the time, literally that big, with a little tiny spoon connected
Yeah.
to it, and inside was Coke. I was playing the piano alone on the stage of Lemmings, where we were doing a live show, and which was my first live show, by the way.
Oh.
So Chris Guest, John Belushi, me, Alice Playton, Gary Goodrow, good cast.
Christopher Guest is amazing too.
Chris, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well Chris and I were very close friends.
Yeah, really.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah. We first came out here in '72, the 2 of us, and got a house together.
Really?
Yeah, lived up on, I can't remember the name of the road, but
Mulholland?
Huh?
Mulholland?
Mulholland and up high in the mountain.
Did you ever do a movie with him though? You never did I remember Waiting for Guffman and all those movies like
No,
Best in Show and
No,
So
and he's not
Good.
going to ask me to do that because, first of all, he's competitive, just like all of us. But I'd love to do a movie with Chris. But if he's not asking, I'm not answering. I'm not going to ask. I've had enough trouble asking Lauren if I can.
Yeah, be a host
Yeah,
of the show,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, before I die, could I please host?
Yeah.
It's going to end up like that.
Well, maybe
I'm headed for the hospital. Can I host?
really. But Christopher Guest though, maybe is he still making movies? He is, isn't
I
he?
think so.
But if maybe you guys can collaborate and do one together. Like
That would be nice. I'd love that. But
that would be great.
yeah, I have to pee now.
Oh, would you like to pee?
Yeah, I'd like to pee.
Okay.
I was telling a story about how. Should I talk?
Absolutely.
About how
Do you want a cough drop?
in the. No, thanks. I'll be okay. Is that annoying? I'm fine.
Are you taking video of this? Please. I hope you are. I want you to take a video of his kooky cough as I'm trying to sit here and do the interview.
He got it already.
Over there, but I need it on my social. I'm going to post it.
I'll catch you guys.
Okay.
And what do you mean? You posted? I don't want to have that.
No, you're funny. Trust me. I would.
You have to see the whole reaction, though.
Do
My reaction to doing it.
you want a cough drop?
No. Yes. No. No, it'll just make a clicking noise.
Okay. Are you okay? Well, if you want one, I have one.
I'm fine, really.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay. Well, you. He's not even. Why are you not filming this?
Because he's stupid. You know him.
I mean, what's
Look where he's
going on?
standing. He's just filming you.
I know. Can you get both of us?
Don't do it, Darren. Let Patrick do it. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go.
Okay, I want to hear the John Belushi story.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
there I am alone on the piano, and the little Coke vial is
Yeah.
on the piano, just sitting there on the above the keyboard.
Okay.
I don't know why, but it was there. And I'm playing. I remember John coming in and then leaving. When I'm finished, I look up, it's gone. The little vial of Coke.
Yeah.
I say, John, come here. What? Did you take my Coke? No. Why would I? What? No. You sure? It was right here on the piano. Didn't see it. About a week later, I'm at John's house with his wife, Judy, for dinner or something. And I'm sort of checking out the apartment, and there's a bookcase of books, and right in front of the books is my vial, empty, just sitting there.
No way.
Almost as if it had been washed, and the little spoon. And I'm thinking, I can't remember if I pointed it out to you. I did. You know, he'd still say, I have no idea. Something like that.
That's crazy.
Well, we were pretty funny guys, and regardless of there being Coke or not.
Yeah, of course. It was also part of the culture.
It was
That
at that
yeah.
time, yeah.
It was part of the culture. So you guys were actually like friends, like hang out all the time friends?
No, not hang out all the time. I mean, I have a couple of great pictures of me and John, where somebody's taking a picture of me just sort of leaning back against the 8th floor elevator, and John behind me like this. And I have another one, of another picture. It's me and President Ford, and my wife at the time, and John in the background. He was just so pissed that he wasn't the star. He had been the star in Lemmings with Chris Guest and Nina.
Right.
He was really the star. We brought him in from Chicago. He was very funny. We did the Woodchuck Festival of Peace, Love, and Death.
Oh, yeah.
And, so we were doing, Chris did 2 great impressions of Bob Dylan and James Taylor. Perfect impressions of them. I did basically a song about that guy, huge star, would sing about Colorado, that guy.
About who? Who was it?
About Colorado and how beautiful it was there. Oh, Colorado's calling me.
Willie Nelson?
No, it's before that.
Oh, I don't remember.
At the time. Who was I thinking of? That's great, thanks.
John Denver. God,
John Denver. John Denver.
Thank God for you here. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So by the way, like with your life.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh.
Your life has been so expansive in terms of like, I'm sure you've had like crazy experiences, just being who you are, being like a comedy legend.
Yeah.
What are some of the stuff, like, can you talk about some of the, I don't know, things that happened to you because of who you are that are just so elaborate and cool? Like, some of the coolest things that you kind of got involved with because
I don't know. Oh, well, Bill Clinton and I became friends when he was running for president.
Oh, okay.
In fact, Janie and I went to the inauguration
Okay.
of Bill. And I performed, I can't remember what, but I had left the auditorium. The place had cleared out. Everybody was gone. The show had been over. And I come back in, and there's Janie at the same table, and Bill with his arm around her talking to her. So I come out, take your filthy hands off my wife. And his reaction to that is, hi, Chevy, hey, babe.
Yeah. It doesn't even faze him.
Not at all. He's probably heard that 100 times.
That day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, but I didn't really know him. That was my introduction to Bill.
Oh, that was?
Yeah.
Oh, that was your first time?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hi, Chevy. It's nice to see you.
Are you guys still friends now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't see him a lot, but because there's Hillary, I have to do that.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
No, it's okay. So then, who do you think is really funny today? Like in today's time, like who do you think who has the chops?
Nobody.
No, not one person
I do.
besides you.
I can't think of anybody.
Like how about?
Pat, who?
Well, Ryan Reynolds, they say.
What?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I
says
love
that
Ryan.
He's not funny.
He based his comedy routine on you, like his.
Oh, that's true.
His delivery, for
nice kid.
sure.
Yeah.
100, and he's hilarious. His timing
Yeah, he's
is
hilarious.
Great.
Yeah.
His timing is amazing too.
Absolutely.
He
Yeah.
said he based it 100% on Chevy Chase.
Really?
Yeah.
And I love him. He's
I have no idea.
really he's amazing.
I don't know if I've even seen him.
Ryan Reynolds, he plays Deadpool.
I didn't see that.
Okay, he plays a lot. He played like a bunch of. He's great.
I've heard.
Yeah, he's very good. And so who else? Patrick.
Janie and I were eating once, and he was over a few tables away with his wife or whoever.
His wife, yeah, probably.
Eating. This was a long time ago.
Oh, maybe not his wife.
I don't know. I was with my wife. But she got up and went over to him, tell him something nice like, you remind me of Chevy or something like that. And she came back and said, he totally counts you as the thing that made him or something like that.
Wow,
That
yeah.
he copies me and that he had said that, which is really nice.
That's really
I just met
flattering.
Jerry Seinfeld, a year ago, was it?
Yes.
And he even said, we just met at a place where I was doing something. Anyway, but he said that, when I was younger, you were the man, yeah, that's that stuff, and I tried to copy you. So there are people who I consider funny. I think Jerry's funny.
Yeah.
His deliveries are great. His face is great. Who claimed that I was a progenitor of some kind of humor.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure there's more than just them two. I'm sure there's lots of people. But you never did stand up though, right?
No.
Yeah, that was never your thing. Did you try and just not like it, or you?
No,
just
I can do it. In fact, my daughter works at the Comedy Store here in L.A. as the pianist for
Oh.
the comics, and I went up there once or twice, just briefly. Of course, they have a different reaction to me because I'm famous and they've
Right.
seen my movies or whatever. So it's a big deal for them, and for me, it's like, what do I say?
Exactly, you don't know what to
I don't
say.
have an act.
Yeah.
But still, I've seen a lot of these stand-ups. And I've always felt in seeing stand-ups, not that it's right, but it always seemed a little desperate to me. A little, I need to be seen, I need to go further. I need to be a big star kind of
Feeling.
mentality. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think I have the same thing. But in my mind's eye, there's a desperation.
Right. In stand up in general, like people who are
Yeah,
stand up
yeah,
comics
yeah.
in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily, but it's not my style.
Right. So that's why you always chose to do more of the improv
Yeah.
and comic writing
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah.
Would you ever like, has anyone ever approached you to do a remake of, let's say, Caddyshack or even Vacation? Like, Vacation's been remade a million times. Oh, not a million, like a few times for sure.
Well, no, European and Christmas.
Yeah, it's been remade
And
like
Las
a ton.
Vegas Vacation.
Las Vegas Vacation.
That was the end of it, Vegas Vacation.
That was the end,
It
exactly.
wasn't very good.
Yeah, the Christmas No, your European Vacation. But has anyone come to you and say, let's remake this again and see with you?
No, they don't like me.
Of course they like you.
No, they don't,
Why would you say that?
because they don't come to me.
Well, maybe they don't think you're interested.
Maybe you can make them think I'm interested.
Maybe I can. I don't know.
I'm interested. I'm still, to me, I'm young and I can do all the physical stuff I ever did.
You'd still want to do it?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, God, that's great. Okay.
Of course I would, yeah.
Okay, so we
But I also, like I said, I'm love my life, my family, and where I live. Patrick, you can account for that. It's just Pat's the same way. Patrick's is this guy over here who pays me money. No, I pay him. That's what I
You
forgot.
pay him.
But I mean, no, really, he's the same way. It's your family, your children. What more do you really want in life?
Yeah.
I still want to perform. And I feel as if the time has gone by, at least 2 or 3 years now, where I've done nothing really for the public, and that I'm forgotten. It's a terrible feeling inside.
Yeah.
That I've been sort of forgotten, and it's like, one time, what do you call it, or whatever. I hate it, and I can't really understand why Princess Lauren wouldn't have me host again, or I don't know what's going on there.
Well, you haven't been forgotten, and I'll tell you. I mean, people love you. I mean, when I told people you were coming on this podcast, they were so excited, number one. And I think it's just getting the right gigs. You know, like I know that Darren tells me you do all these great things. You did a commercial for I don't remember what it was, Raising Cane's. That was amazing. And you're doing all these like Q&As. Aren't you doing all these Q&As and people are like just ecstatic to have
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Those aren't filmed. They
No,
aren't
those aren't
video,
films.
but I think they should be, Pat.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
somehow I see you sitting there with a camera. But that's okay. You don't have to.
It's I can imagine though it must be difficult when you've had such a star, right? Like such a light being shined on you and all these opportunities, and then like things start to change. As,
Yeah.
You know, like how do you deal with that type of thing?
You know, I've sort of dealt with it just talking to you. In other words, I could tell you this is how I feel, but in fact, it doesn't. It's not the purveyor of everything. I don't really think about it much. When I do, I'm pissed. Sometimes I go to bed at night, and before I go to sleep, I'm angry about Saturday Night Live or something. So, you know, you do have those feelings at the end of the day. How did the day go? And so I feel it, but
Buddy, you got the big documentary coming out on you.
you see?
Hasn't been announced yet.
See,
You do?
I tend to forget things like that.
You're doing they have a documentary coming out on you?
A massive documentary story.
Remember the documentary on the biker?
Oh, yeah. So Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
Lance Armstrong? Same people did one on me.
Oh, so 30 for 30?
No, it's much bigger.
No.
Is it going to be on Netflix or where would it be?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, where's it going
It
to be?
hasn't been sold yet.
No,
Oh,
The
they
deal's
just.
been signed.
Oh.
We don't know where it's going to air yet.
Thank you. How do you spend give me a day in the life of Chevy Chase today. Give me the day. This is called Habits and Hustle. I want to know what your habits are, what you do every day. Sleep? You sleep all day?
Any mail for me?
Yeah. Nope.
My favorite thing. Any mail for me. Well, okay, typically I sleep late.
What time?
Today it was noon.
You slept till noon.
I know, but that's really an aberration.
Oh, okay,
I don't
so
know
normal-
why I did, but you know, you get into a dream thing, and Janie's just closes the door for me so that I don't hear this or that or the other that's loud, because where we are, these little dogs come out around 7, you know, from some house right
yeah.
next to us. And it's a small, we don't have much of an area. It's a house we got a long time ago. But anyway, so I get up. I have cereal.
What kind of cereal do you like?
I like Jet Picks. What do you mean?
Yeah, what kind of
That
cereal?
was a good one. Jet Picks.
I never heard of it.
I know, I just made it up.
Oh, okay.
I like Mrs. Huh?
Cornflakes, fruit.
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
Cornflakes?
but a lot of fruit.
Oh,
Yeah, so I cut up the strawberries and put a lot of fruit in there.
in the cornflakes.
Well, not in the cornflake,
Oh, beside the cornflakes.
bowl.
Oh, in the bowl. Okay.
but I put the cornflakes on it.
Oh, so the cornflakes go on top of the fruit.
In your opinion, yes.
Okay. Okay. I like it. So the corn.
Anyway, and then milk.
Okay, then milk.
And then stevia.
Oh,
to
on the
sweeten it.
cornflakes. Okay.
Yeah, well,
The fruit doesn't.
no, just on the table next to the cornflake. Yeah.
So the stevia, because it's not sweet enough, just with the
No,
fruit. Okay.
no, I need sweet.
You need sweet. Okay,
Yep.
good. And then you eat the breakfast.
Where's my coffee?
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh, that's, and then do you drink coffee? Are you a coffee drinker?
Aren't we all?
I am, but some are not. So you have your breakfast, and then what do you do next?
Back to sleep.
Oh, you go back to
Will you
sleep.
shut up?
You guys, we can hear you over here. Okay. God, they're loud.
Now they're whispering.
Yeah, that's
What's
whispering.
that? Darren.
Darren doesn't know how to whisper.
He doesn't, you're right. He doesn't really know how to speak if you think about
He
it.
whispers like this.
Okay, Darren.
Yeah.
Good boy, Darren. What's that? Somebody's walking around.
Yeah, someone's walking. I know. It's probably my kid.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, well, and cornflakes, then you...
Oh, yeah, so then I have a place that I sit with my animals around me and a big TV in front like you have here. And books that I love.
Oh, okay.
And I read a lot.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah, mostly fiction. Charles M. Russell would be a good example of a writer, or John Grisham, or somebody like that, David Baldacci. And I watch TV. I think that there's a thing about TV that people say, well, he watches too much TV. There is no too much. TV is remarkable. It's an eye into even the behavior of an actor and as an actor on a soap opera or something. Why? Why that choice? Who's directing that? I don't even watch soap operas, but
I know what you
example,
mean.
you pass through one and you see this. I don't know if I can tell her, honey. You know, that kind of shit. And I don't, that's exciting. And there are women all over the world like this. You know,
It's 100%
taken by
true.
it.
Yeah.
But in any case, so I'm not here to just put down
Soap operas?
soap operas, but I watch TV. I like the news a lot. And there are many different stations for that. There's story television too, which has great stuff. I like murder stuff.
Okay. Do you work out? Do you exercise a lot?
No.
Do you want to start?
Okay.
Okay. No, I'm saying, is it something that it's just like for your day?
Yes,
to be
I do.
broken up?
Every day
Okay.
I have a physical therapist.
Oh.
So I do work out.
Oh, good. So you work out every day?
Every day,
Okay.
5 days a week, sometimes 6.
Nice.
Yeah, for about an hour and a half.
With a physical therapist? What kind of stuff are you doing?
Fucking her. No, wait, I'm sorry. That was a mistake.
No. That's okay.
It's not even
It was
a her.
good timing, at least. Okay, what would you say you do with her? I mean, with the physical
Oh,
therapist?
my golly, honey.
No, like,
no,
do you have an injury that she's helping you with, or
No,
is it like a personal
it's not
trainer?
a her, first of all.
A him?
Well, there is one.
Okay.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays, is a guy, Neil. These are really good practitioners, physical therapy, and with a lot of walking, hills and stuff like that. Some work out with these
Bands.
things, weights and
Oh, weights, yeah.
shit like that. I don't like any of it, but I do like it, kind of.
You have to kind of do it, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any other hobbies?
Tennis.
Oh, tennis? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I
How about
play tennis.
pickleball?
Still
Have you
play
tried
tennis?
that? Oh.
No, I haven't. I don't like the name of it. I don't like the look of the court. I don't like the fairies who play it.
Oh my God, hilarious.
Oh! Damn. Got him! You know what?
So you like tennis, though?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there-
Pickleball is to tennis like, here we go. like Monopoly is to politics, something bad like that.
Yeah. I
You
get.
know what I'm saying?
I got what you're saying. How about
Chess.
chess?
Chess, we play a lot of chess.
Oh, you do? You play a lot of chess?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything other habits, any other hobbies you have
I play the piano.
on the piano? Do you still play every day?
Oh, yeah,
Practice
yeah,
to
yeah.
keep it up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And so, what else are you working on? To end this whole thing. Like, is there anything besides a documentary?
You mean we're finished?
Well, we can keep on going.
No,
I want it to be like.
No, you're
polite.
sicken me.
I'm sicking you already. It's only that didn't take long. Is there anything else you want to talk about that you are working on that?
Well, I'm working. I write every day a little bit. Scenes I write
Oh, good.
for a script, supposedly. I've never gone anywhere with it. I mean, I haven't finished one.
Okay.
And a book, too, I write prose. But the same thing. I just sort of let it go. Like, why would I write this unless it meant a great deal to me, or unless I felt an audience had to find another part of me, or whatever that crap is. I just sort of, I'm lazy. I like I was in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I have one question. Then I'm going to wrap you. You can go.
Okay.
Where did you get the nickname Chevy? Like, where did that come from?
Ready? My grandma.
Oh,
It's an interesting story.
I would love to hear.
I
it.
can't discuss it though.
Oh, okay.
No, my mother had a stepfather named Cornelius Crane, and she named me Cornelius Crane Chase. And I think partly because he was so wealthy that she hoped when he died he'd leave stuff like that, money. She was a money grubber. And also real pissed because he only left her like $500,000. This guy was a multi-millionaire,
Yeah.
so he was a little selfish. And anyway, I don't know where the rest. Oh, he had a wife, a new wife, and left everything to her. She was a Japanese woman who probably owns Japan now. In any case, so she named me that, and my grandma, on my father's side, who lived in Woodstock, where I did most of my growing up, named me Chevy. She couldn't stand. Now, obviously, I never asked her, but there was a city called Chevy Chase. Where else would she get it? But I can't imagine her doing that. It's sort of, but where else would you get Chevy?
Yeah. Did you ever ask?
No, like I said, I never really asked her. No.
Wow. So you never found out?
No, but it's a pretty easy guess, I think.
Yeah.
It's just that those things never were a part of her life or my grandfather's. He was an artist. They were Woodstockers in a small house. And my dad grew up there, and their son. And, there was no TV or anything like that where she would come up with something like Chevy Chase. I don't know how it came about. Probably just knowing the city, or
Right.
just she thought it was a nice nickname.
Does anyone call you by your real name, like Cornelius, or
No.
No.
Sometimes they'll write something, some company or whatever, to Cornelius Crane Chase. But Chevy has been officially my name for many years.
Wow. Well, Chevy Cornelius, I appreciate you so much for being on this podcast. Thank you for coming on.
Well, that'll be $40.
At 40 only? Okay. Well, I mean, I got pretty good then.
No, it was very good. I enjoyed your questions, and thanks a lot.
I actually really enjoyed having you on the podcast, and I can't wait to watch the documentary.
Yeah, me too.
Now I know. Well, whenever it comes out,
I
hopefully
don't know.
Darren will tell me when it comes out, or I'll know about it.
Hopefully it will come out. If it doesn't, I'll have to do another one.
Yeah, you should definitely do one. I think it'd be super interesting.
Yeah.
'Cause
All right. Well, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Where do people, like, you're not on social media, obviously, but oh yeah, you are on social media. I've been tagging you. That's right, you are. Guys, if you, by the way, Chevy Chase is on social media, so follow him. And
What is it? Instagram? Is that one?
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Facebook?
Oh,
Yeah,
Instagram
all of
too?
them, yeah.
Oh, everything.
Yeah,
So you're hip. You're keeping up
I'm
with
so
the
hip and
time.
tune in, won't you?
Yeah. What? Oh, I love it. You guys do like social media stuff together?
Yeah, you gotta see the TikTok's amazing.
I will absolutely, now that I know. Thank you for sharing that. This is great. Thanks, Chevy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.